Hello, everybody. I'm back, and I'm gonna rant again. I didn't expect my last video on the Porsche WRB 930 to blow up, but it did. I called out Lamley, and a lot of people agreed with me. I'm gonna make a separate video for him. But I'm gonna continue on with my rant about RLC and why people hate it. This is another reason why people hate it. So here we are again at the storefront page, and notice the price, $38. It's already high. It's already a high price for a Porsche. And I also want to ask in the comment section, do you guys pronounce it Porsche or just Porsche? There's two. It's like pronouncing caramel or caramel. I mean, I guess tomato, tomato. So, yeah, no one was able to get this. Very few. And now we're going to take a look at the secondhand market. So, this is going to be good. So, I'm going to turn this off, and I am going to turn this on. Jesus Christ. Look at this. 300, 160, 169, 180, 200. This is sad. This is really, really sad. And then you have the very first one with Akira Nakai, the diorama, which is understandable. 500, that's really steep. But this is already 200, 350. Look at these scalpers, man. This is insane. And this is why people hate RLC. They hate RLC because we have the secondhand market that gobbles these up. Look at how many of these are floating on eBay right now. Look at how many of them. How many does he have? Last one, he sold 2 of them? So this guy had 3 of them. And he sold them for, I'm assuming, $235, maybe a little bit less. So let's see how much were sold. I'm very curious to see how many people actually sold it. 150, 170, 170. Guys, why are you guys doing this? I'm not one to judge what people spend their money on. But this is really sad. This is on a profound level of sad. Someone was able to get this for 200. I hope they got it for less than that. This is ridiculous. 125 was the lowest, and this was a pre-order. So they sold it before the sale, I believe. Or no, this was yesterday. They sold it for 125. That's the cheapest that I saw this at. It's at 125. So it's already 4 times the retail value. And these things have already went up $100. Okay, so this is the lowest, but there's $44 in shipping. So it was like 150, 140 was like the lowest, and like the highest I've seen was like $300, which is just ridiculous. Like, I knew it was gonna be like over $38. I knew it was gonna be like 70 or 80, but I never thought it was gonna be $180. This is so sad. This is so sad. And granted, you know, this is a nice piece. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. This is nice, but it's not $38 nice. It's not even $38 nice. I mean, look at this. It has painted headlights and taillights. That's not die-cast, that's plastic. Sure, it has opening doors and an opening bonnet, but You can make this. You can literally make this for far less than what this thing is being sold at. You can definitely make this. You can custom make this for less, I believe. I mean, yeah, it's not official, but you can definitely buy a premium of this guy. Let me see how much. I'm curious. I want to see how much. How much is the premium of this? So that's the Chase. You can get this for 16 bucks. You can get this one for 16 bucks. Which is just a regular silhouette. It's white. You can get that for like 17, maybe a little bit less if you know where to go. You can go to a convention and get this for cheaper. Going to a convention, I highly recommend going to a convention if you guys want to buy RLC for cheap. You can even get the Team Transport RWB Porsche 930. But going back to this, and let me just undo this. Going back to this. This is really, really sad that this thing is already at over $150 for this piece. If you're watching this, please listen. Like, I'm not trying to tell you what to spend your money on. You can do whatever the hell you want with your money. But buying this for $150 secondhand, you're getting robbed. You are getting robbed if you spend that much money on this casting. And like I said, this casting does look okay, but it's not $150, $180. Okay, look at this. This is not the 930, but this is a RWB. And look at this. You get lens taillights. You get two-piece wheels, custom wheels. They're not the real Riders wheels. These are actually custom-made wheels. You get lens headlights and taillights, mirrors. Already, this is a significant, I don't want to say significant. This is a better product than the RLC WRB. By far. So why don't people go to the third party? Because third party, you have a lot of other more realistic, castings with third party. Look at this one. This one actually looks like an RLC. It's a Golf Skyline. Demon King Auto Nissan GTR R34 Golf 164. It's in chrome. This thing looks fantastic. It looks far better than the RLCs that we get with the GTR. It has a hood prop. This thing is, I might actually pick this one up. It's a Golf. This one looks sick. Why do people pick this up? That's what I want to know. Why do people pick this up over third party? And again, I've said this before, it's the licensing. Hot Wheels and Mattel has licensing. They are the top dogs in the 164 scale world. They are. They have they have way more licensing than any other third-party diecast brand. And they can get away with shit like this. They can get away with it. They can make this as crappy as possible, and they can sell it to you for $38 and get away with it. So, how do we fix this problem? How do we fix this? Well, for certain, the one thing that needs to be done, the one thing that has to be done, is that people need to put their foot down and say, I'm not going to support this product anymore. The second thing that needs to be done is people need to be aware that there are better brands out there. There are better third-party diecast brands out there. It didn't even take me that long to find a better casting than this RWB. The third thing that needs to be done is that people need to stop buying these castings from scalpers. Because if you guys stop buying from scalpers, they're going to eat the cost. And that's going to be, it's already going to solve itself. If people stop buying from these scalpers, they're not going to be rewarded for their scalping. And then they're just going to have to sit with all that stock, and they're going to be stuck with it. So that's trying to lead by example here, is by stop supporting business practices like this. And it's tough. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. It's really tough. This is coming out on Tuesday. I'm going to make a before you buy on it. I always do. That's kind of my thing. And I'm sorry, I'm moving out of frame. That's kind of my thing. I talk about castings. I talk about whether or not they're worth getting or not. That's just kind of the thing I do here. This is going to be my last year with RLC. And I say that every single time, and then they always find a way. They always find a way to get me back. And this is a problem that I have. I'm not gonna preach to the choir and not practice what I preach. I say that I'm gonna stop, and then every time I say that, they always come out with something cool, something like this. I think this is genuinely cool. And then, all that shit that I said just goes out the window. So what am I going to do to lead by example? Well, for one, when my membership expires, I'm just done. I'm not going to go back to it. I made a point about Lamley, about how he is supposed to be our voice for us. I said that, and a comment brought up a really good point, and he said, and the comment said that Lamley, his channel is a showcase, which what I said his YouTube channel is just a glorified commercial for Mattel, and it is. But the thing is that with Lamley, he's in a situation where he can't say anything bad about the product, because then he will lose exclusivity, the relationship. And then his channel, because people watch his channel because he gets the stuff early. He gets the sneak peeks. That's why people watch his channel. So he can't really say anything against Mattel. And because he can't say anything against Mattel, his audience, they get irritated. They get irritated because he has so much power. He's a big channel. He has so much influence, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't, even when his RLC comes in scratched or scuffed, the QC is clearly bad on his copies. He doesn't say anything about it. He can't say anything, because then he loses the relationship. So I wanted to make a video on him, on why his YouTube channel single-handedly ruined this hobby. And it's not so much to attack him, it's what his channel did, the idea of his channel, the sneak peeks, all this stuff, what it did to this brand, and how it ruined the hobby. And channels like him. So I'm gonna make that video soon, and it's not to attack him as a person. I have nothing against him as a person. I still don't like his channel. I don't like what his channel represents for this community, for this hobby, because essentially what it does is that it hypes people up, and then they're scalpers, and then they gobble it all up, and then they resell it. And again, a channel with his size, he can make such a difference. He can make a huge impact. If he just made one single video saying, guys, I'm disappointed in Mattel. Mattel, I need you guys to get your shit together, it would make waves. So that's why I'm frustrated with Lamley. And I wouldn't be so frustrated with him if he didn't pretend to care. Because if he just made his videos as a commercial, like, yeah, and this is it, see you later, I wouldn't give a shit. But because he has this fake persona, he has like this fake attitude, like he pretends to care. At the end of the video, let me know what you guys think. Or whenever he streams and people complain, he's like, yeah, I know. There's people that listen in Mattel. Like, he doesn't care. And there was one video that he made that really made me upset. And this is the video where he acknowledges the poor QC for Mattel. But he also praises them. So he's like in the middle. He doesn't say that they're bad. He's in the middle. And I really wish he didn't make that video at all. Because, you know, it was insightful. But at the end of the day, the very next video that he made was a sneak peeks. So that video was essentially nothing. It was a huge nothing burger. So, I ranted for far longer than I wanted to. There are alternatives to RLC. I know it's hard to see, but there are other alternatives. Look at this. This looks beautiful. And it actually looks like a really detailed RLC. I can put that on my shelf and it will fool people. It's the brand. And as long as the brand exists, people are going to fall into the trap. They're going to keep buying this slop. And the irony is they're going to keep buying it and they're going to keep complaining about it. And you know what? I'm guilty of this too. I'm not going to say that I don't do this because I do this too. I do this too, and I'm going to stop. Even though that my channel has gotten a lot of views because of Hot Wheels, I love the brand. But there has to be a change, and I want to change it. I want to change it for the better. I want to make a difference. I want to influence the community. I want to set an example. I don't want to be like Lamley. I don't care about sneak peeks. I don't care about having previews or a special relationship. I want to represent the people. And I want to talk about things that I like, things that I find interesting. I want to talk to people in the RLC world. I want to create relationships with the community. I don't want to create a relationship for the company because the company doesn't care about us. We gotta watch out for ourselves, and we got to stick together, and we got to stop falling for the FOMO. We got to stop buying from scalpers, because when you buy from scalpers, they're winning, and they're gonna do it again. They're going to keep on doing this. So I never bought any of my RLC from scalpers. After I lose, I just accept it and I move on. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.